What up, YouTube? So I've been researching ways to apply logos and graphics to sneakers, and I came across this water transfer material I found online. After a lot of trial and error, I found this to be the easiest way to add logos and graphics to sneakers and other materials. So stick around, and I'll show you how anyone can easily make professional level customs just by following a few simple steps. But before we start, I ask that you click the thumbs up if you're feeling the content, and please subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date on my latest videos. I do a lot of tips and tricks for restoring and customizing, so check back with me if that's something you're into. Okay, let's get started. I found this water transfer product on a website called shop115.com. They sell random graphics, but also you can upload your own images for custom graphics and different size prints. I'll add a link to their site in the description below. These custom prints cost around $11 per sheet. I uploaded my JPEG and placed my order. It took about a week to get them in hand. When they arrived, I received 4 prints of the same graphic. For this project, 4 is more than enough since I really only need 2. That being said, it's good to have a couple extras just in case I mess up. To be clear, I've never used this material before, but they do come with instructions and it looks pretty easy to apply. The first thing I'll do is rub down the area I'm going to be applying this with some leather deglazer. Just soak a cotton ball and rub it into the area. This will remove the factory coating and any other dust or chemicals that might interfere with the transfer. This step is not completely necessary, but if you're going for a professional end result, I strongly recommend it. Now that that's done, I'll take my razor blade and do my best to cut out a clean outline of the graphic. Now that it's cut out, I'll soak it in a cup of water for around 60 seconds. You'll know it's ready when the transfer paper starts sliding around from the backing. If it's not sliding around, simply put it back in the water for a little more time. Okay, this has been soaking for a little over a minute and I think it's ready. I'll add a little bit of water to the area I'm going to apply this and slowly start sliding off the backing as it sticks to the sneaker. The cool thing about this is while it's wet, you can take your time to position it perfectly. It's not like an adhesive sticker that you can't move around. Once you have it positioned where you want it, you can use a clean paintbrush to smooth out everything and remove any bubbles. Next, start dabbing it with a dry paper towel and do your best to remove any additional air bubbles and water. Please remember, it's very important to dab and not wipe. If you wipe the area, you run the risk of ruining the print. So far it's looking good, but it still needs to be bonded to the leather. I'll use my heat gun on low and go over it a few times. Be careful not to get too close to the heat gun or you might melt the print. Do it just enough to heat it up. While it's still warm, you can press down firmly with your fingers to any area that looks like it needs it. Okay, I went around the graphic a few times and pressed firmly. So far it's looking really good and I could just leave it like this, but I'm not done yet. Next I'll add these gray laces I bought to match the graphic. This will add a little contrast and match the theme of the shoe. I love white laces, but I also love how these gray ones are popping off the fresh whites. Okay, the laces are in, so now I'm just going to add one more touch. I picked up these metal aglets from Lace Lab and I'm going to apply them now to give these kicks a slightly more premium feel. I'll leave a link in the description where I bought these. These are really easy to apply. Just apply a small amount of the super glue they came with into the factory aglets and slide the metal aglets over them. It should dry within a few minutes. Just be careful with the super glue because that stuff is pretty strong. Check it out. I like how simple but custom these look. I could add paint and give them matching gray swooshes or something like that, but in this case I think less is more. My only problem with these water transfer labels is that they are glossy and you could see it when the light hits them. So to balance that out, I'm going to spray these with a finish to match the finish of the label. I could use a mini iron and some paper to dull the gloss of the label, but today I want to try something different. Some people might not like this move, but you can't deny that it does blend the glossy label with the leather. Plus, it'll give these kicks a little extra protection, so I got that going for me too. Alright, that's my final product. It's a simple, clean customization that didn't take a lot of time or effort. It's nothing too crazy, but it was super easy and it sets them apart from a basic pair of white AF1s. Since I have some of these water transfer graphics left over, rather than waste them, I'll add one to the side of the box. It's the same process as adding them to leather. Wet them, position them in place, and quickly hit them with the heat gun. Okay, I think I'm done. Here's the final result. I like how they came out, and in conclusion, this water transfer paper is pretty amazing and has completely changed my perspective on how I approach shoe customizations. We no longer have to rely on trained artists to apply graphics to our kicks, and with a little creativity, literally anyone can knock out a fire pair of professional-looking customs. This has opened my eyes to so many possibilities. Also, if applied correctly, this process is way more durable than traditional leather paints. It will stand up to scrapes and even creasing. It really is a win. I'm sure there's a number of vendors selling this type of paper, but shout out to shop115.com because that's where I found mine. This was really easy, and I can't wait for all the crazy things I'm going to do with this stuff. That's my video on this water transfer paper. This is something I've been dreaming about for a long time, and I'm glad I finally found something that works. I hope you enjoyed this content on some level and possibly learned something from this. Before I go, I ask that you please click the thumbs up if you like the video, please subscribe if you would like to see more, and click the notification bell to stay up to date on my latest videos. Like I said, I'm always messing around with custom tips and tricks, so check back with me from time to time. You can also visit me on Instagram at E21Life for other random content. As always, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it, and until next time, stay safe, everyone. Peace.